Asinine Radio. This is the weekly music podcast where every week we get into dude, I fuck this one up.
You're taking a big old deep breath, huh? The deepest of breaths.
I wanted to get it all out in one breath.
The breath could not get any deeper than what just happened right now. I'm sucking the air up my whole fucking globe. Fucking oxygen bullies, what you are.
This is Asinine Radio.
The deepest of breaths again.
I know. This is Asinine Radio. This is the weekly music podcast where every week we get into a different band, different artist, and we listen to all of their records so you don't have to, and we rank them from worst to best. There we go. You got the point. And we give our biggest banger off of each of them if we got them. We try to have a good time doing it. My name is Tyler. Way out there, hundreds of miles away, is Jeff. While you're listening, go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, give us 5 stars, share all the posts, tell your friends. If you're watching on YouTube, smash that subscribe button. And that's all I have for the boring intro. So let's get it right. Oh, actually, we normally start with the 6 degrees of Tom DeLonge, but goddamn, it's way too easy. So we're not going to do that.
It would have been even easier if we saw Tom on stage at the last show.
That's true. I did see that his ex-wife was there.
On stage?
Yeah, she was on stage. I follow her on Instagram. So yeah, she was on stage.
Traitor.
So yeah, this week we're doing NOFX. We're doing their 15 records from worst to best. Let's jump right into it. We're gonna get through a lot of these fast because some of them there's not a lot to talk about. So what's your number 15? Go.
I don't want to say these are bad records. They're not like, yeah, they're still pretty good. Like everything NoFX has done is pretty. It's like, yeah, that's good. That's solid. But double album, I guess their newest record. It's too long. It's too long. It's too similar to single album. Like too much lyrics
minutes.
about.
It's like their shortest record.
Yeah, but it's because it's supposed to be like the counterpoint to that, but it's the exact same thing. They're written at the same time. And so it's like the same exact thing as single album, but they just released the second part of the single album called the double album. It makes it too long. It's silly. It's dumb.
Okay.
And there's too many songs about sobriety and past trauma. Like, oh, blah, blah, blah. Fuck off. I don't care. At some point, like, I don't want to hear grown ass adults talk about like how much alcohol they drink and cocaine they used to do and their friends are dying and blah, 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 blah. Welcome to Earth.
Yeah, Will Smith. All right, so you know banger then off of double album for you?
I really don't have a banger off this one, though. I pretty much everything after this I have a banger from, though. Almost everything.
So I agree with you. There's nothing bad on it really about any of these records, but certainly my bottom two I'll never go back to again. I would give them a 1.5 out of 3. Based off our world famous 3-point rating system, where 3 is a perfect album, 2 is a good album you're going to continue to listen to, 1 is a bad album, but give it a shot, and 0 is the worst thing you've ever heard. So yeah, I give. So my number 15 is single album, the 14th record from 2021. Got no banger off this one. I think it's tired. I think it's kind of boring. There are some songs that are just like, dude, what are you thinking? This is just kind of bad. But overall, the album's not bad. It's fine. It's okay. If you've never heard NOFX before, just go listen to something else. Like, it's just whatever. I don't care. I don't have much to say about it. It's kind of stupid. Single album. A lot of this was written also, I think, right after COVID happened. So everybody was locked down. So I know he wrote all of this record plus double album himself, and without anybody
all the
else's
records
input.
himself.
I know, but without like anybody's input.
And don't forget the half album. There's also a half album.
I didn't even write the half album. That's fucking stupid. So yeah, what's your number 14?
Single album. There we are, and it's just it's fine. I don't care. This is just a glimpse of what NOFX used to be. They are pretty tight here, but that's because these are produced by the guys from the Blasting Room, right? Bill Stevenson, Jason Livermore.
Yeah,
but like I don't know. It's just whatever. It's fine. Again, I think they just complain too much. I think they want us to like feel bad. What do they call that stuff when you project your trauma to make people feel like bad for you, make people like that type of thing? I think they do that too much.
Manipulate, maybe?
No. It's like, it's just a lot of lyrics about like, oh, my life is so bad. Oh, I have all these friends that were addicted to drugs. Like, oh, I live. Like, It's like, man,
They want empathy.
Shut the fuck up.
I don't know.
Good Lord. But anyway, yeah, single album. Fuck Euphemism. That was a cool song. I really did like that one. Didn't playlist it. I think it's like the third or fourth track. But it's still kind of cute. They make fun of themselves on Linoleum. But it features Avenged Sevenfold, so
that's right.
That's something.
I remember the video for that was kind of cool too. But whatever. All right, my number 14 is double album, 15th record from 2022. Last record so far. I have no banger off this one. The really, I mean, it's really not that much better than single album. I felt like it was a little less goofy than single album. The opening song is pretty rad, and really that's the only reason why this album is as high as it is, higher than single. I have really nothing else to say about this one, so let's move on. It's not very good.
Good.
What do you got for number 13?
Number 13, First Ditch Effort. First Ditch Effort.
No.
So like I would give single and double album a 1. Like no more than a 1. Like it's a one and done thing. Listen to it once, see where they're at this time post COVID. But don't ever listen to that shit again. It's not very good. First Ditch Effort, I'm kind of in the 1.5 range right now. Much like Self-Entitled, this one starts off really, really strong. Like 6 Years on Dope is an absolute fucking monster banger.
Yeah.
But this record is typical, and that's fine. Like NOFX has been typical for very, very long. But when you have the song Sid and Nancy is just an absolute rework of Louise from Pump Up the Volume. And it's just like, come on, dude. Like, this is stupid. And reading like reviews and stuff on this is like the younger generation's kind of like fun record they like. How like the younger generation likes the White Album by Weezer. They like this album by NOFX.
So weird.
Like this is in like top 3 rankings for people that are under the age of like 25. And that's
crazy
like,
to me.
Like I get it, right? Like they're looking at Mike and they're seeing him as like an open book and super emotional. And like, oh, I can't believe he writes lyrics about this. And it's like, dude, he's been doing that for fucking over 20 years. Like that's all he does. This is his life. We'll get more into that. But like, no, dude. First Ditch Effort, 6 Years on Dope, absolute banger of a song though. Fucking instantly playlisted, amazing song. But after that, meh.
Declines, yeah.
Meh.
Some of their I'll get to it when I get to it. So my number 13 is Liberal Animation, their first record from 1988. There's nothing wrong with this record. I think this is just a really good, just punk record. There's no real melody to it. It's messy, just straight up punk rock. Produced by Brett Gurewitz from Bad Religion.
Yes.
The only album to feature Dave Casillas on guitar. And I don't know. It's just really snotty, kind of not very good punk rock, but charming, but still kind of charming. And the band at this point had been together for 4 years, and this is their first full length that they put out. They tried putting out a full length one, I think maybe a couple years prior to this, but it ended up just being an EP. Maybe they couldn't get enough funding to make a full length. But yeah, Liberal Animation, not bad. I would never get it on vinyl. Banger, Shut Up Already, just a really, really good opener. And then at the end, there's a little Zeppelin riff. Just silly, stupid young kids. But also, I didn't know about this, but I guess Fat Mike wrote this entire record on a guitar that he got from Lynn Strait, who was in the band Snot. And Snot, that first Snot, or that only Snot record, fucking awesome. Awesome. Like top tier new metal right there.
Oh boy.
So anyway, Liberal Animation, my number 13.
Do you have this record on vinyls?
No, I don't have. I'll let you know what I have on vinyl as I go along.
Okay. Yeah. Do you have a couple like OG ones too and stuff, right?
No, I don't have any OGs. No,
never mind. Okay. All right. Moving on. I miss Doozy. Self-Entitled. My number 12 is your 12th record from 2012.
Wow. Okay.
This is fine. By the time you get to their 12th record, they've reused so much songs and so much melodies. You kind of just like, all right, another NOFX record that's just mid. And it's still a fun punk rock record, and it's nice to always have like NOFX throwing out a new record every couple of years, right? They like the consistency in NOFX has always been great, but this record is not great. It's good and it's fun, and we're at a solid 1.5. And I would never change this. I wouldn't turn it off. But this record's not great. I don't know why you have this on the vinyls.
How do you know I have it on the vinyls?
Please, I know everything that you have on the vinyls. I looked through your entire collection. Got rid of some things
Well,
too when you went to the bathroom.
you also thought that I had liberal animation, which I don't. But that's okay.
You have one of those stupid records, but whatever. Yeah, self-entitled's fine. Like, hey, the 72 Hookers is a funny song. Oh, it's so cool. And the way they sing it, like, nah, who cares? Next.
All right. My number 12 is S&M Airlines. Second record from 1989.
Damn, Gina?
From 1989. This one's also produced by Brett Gurewitz, and first album to feature Steve Kidweiler. They went through several guitar players prior to Hefe, and I don't know. This is just a much more refined version of Liberal Animation. The melodies, you're starting to hear some melodies come into the songs, but it still has that nice punk grit to it, which is really good too. Doesn't have the fat sound yet, but I don't know. It's a really good record. I'm probably gonna purge this. I do have this on vinyl. I got this in a giant lot several years ago.
Not an OG.
It's a 2010 press. But yeah, I'm probably gonna. I'm actually gonna purge quite a bit of my NOFX after this episode. A lot of live. Yeah, I have live records that I don't really want. There's one comp that I'm gonna get rid of, and I'm probably gonna get rid of S&M Airlines. But still a good record. But I mean, anything before Hefe, it's cool. Like, to listen to a few times, but you might as well just listen to the Hefe era or the classic era of the band. So yeah, S&M Airlines, just really good punk rock with some cool melodies here and there. So my number 12. What do you got for number 11?
Melodies. My number. Well, pouring a beer there, dude. Hold on.
Oh, we go, dude.
Oh, perfect pour every time. Liberal Animation. This is this is solid 80s hardcore punk. This kind of punk is good. It's rarely great. It's just, like, for me, this kind of punk is just too generic. It's fine. And especially knowing like how iconic and unique NOFX will become, this is just passable. But it's still good punk music. It's still good 80s punk.
Good punk music, yes.
And I mean, like, that Bad Brains first record is not my favorite Bad Brains record, but like, that's good. That's good punk music. I don't think it's like great or nothing, but like, this is kind of like that. It's not like great. It's good. It's good.
But I mean, going along with that point, it's good music, but it's just like, if I want to listen to straight hardcore punk for 30 minutes, I'd rather listen to Bad Brains than listen to Liberal Animation. You know what I mean? It's like, you just kind of want that quick hit of like just solid hardcore or solid punk music, and then you're good for a couple days or a week or whatever. So I'd rather have Bad Brains than have like a Liberal Animation.
I would too. I would too.
You got to pick your battles here. So
it's still good. It's still a good record.
No banger?
Nah.
All right. So my number 11 is Ribbed, third record from 91. Last one to feature Steve Kidweiler before Hefe joins the band, takes over. This just is more of S&M Airlines. I don't think they didn't really do much more than they had done on S&M. Hefe was the key to this band. Hefe really, really is the key to this band, what he added to the band, which I'll talk about later. But yeah, Ribbed was the last of this classic punk era of them, and nothing bad about it. A banger I have on here is Nowhere. That's a really good song, but I don't know. It's just really straightforward punk music. So what do you got for number 10?
Number 10, Ribbed, their third record.
Oh,
I like this one. It's a fun one. I don't think it's as good as S&M, as I'll get to later, but this is just like, this is more bland. I think this is more bland than Liberal Animation, but you have like the first chapter in the Hefe story. So like, the template's there, the blueprints are there, the beginnings are here, but like, these guys it's just too clunky. They're trying to be Liberal Animation, but then like, Hefe's trying to insert himself into this group, and it's just like, right now it's just not working. It's not working. Mm-hmm. I'm not really a fan of this, but it's still fun. It's just weird. It's clunky.
All right. Okay, let's see here. What do I have next?
9.
Yeah, number 9 is The War on Errorism. That's what I have.
Whoa.
Right now. Oh no, I'm sorry. First ditch effort.
Whoa.
My bad. Wait, no, we're on 10, right?
We're on 10.
Yeah, you fucked me up. I gave you my 9 before I was supposed to. So my
War
number
on
10
Errorism is your 9?
My number 10 is First Ditch Effort.
Damn.
My number 10 is First Ditch Effort, 13th record from 2016. I've only ever listened to this record once when it came out, and I just thought it was okay. Never ever went back to it. Or maybe I did, like maybe once or twice because we did NOFX on the pod, but I remember nothing from it. But this week, I was pleasantly surprised by it. Like this has no real low point, no stinkers. 6 years on Dope. I mean, I agree. That is just top tier. No, I mean not top tier, but it's fucking. It's an awesome song.
Up there.
Yeah, it's a really really great song, and really the album doesn't dip too much. There's some really good shit. There's maybe 2 songs that are like, okay, you're just doing this kind of storytelling with your raspy voice, which it got so tiresome from this point on. But I don't know. First Ditch Effort, it's a solid. It's a good NOFX record. I enjoyed it. I would never get it on vinyl, but I did enjoy it. And 6 years on Dope, absolute banger of a song. What do you got for number 9?
I thought you loved War and Aerism. I thought that would have been like number 5 for you.
Maybe I was tricking you.
I don't think you no, you didn't. You weren't doing that. Number 9, S&M Airlines. Their second record. So this is Hefe's not here, and this is better. This is a better Liberal Animation. They are getting better at being musicians. They're getting tighter. Their songwriting's a lot better. Even if Hefe never joined the band, I don't think they ever would have gotten better than this. I think this is probably where they would have peaked had Hefe not joined, because you can hear like them trying to be better songwriters in Ribbed, but it's just not working yet. So S&M Airlines is probably their peak had Hefe not joined the band. Like the dude just added so much to this group, and they stopped being punk NOFX and became like NOFX. So like it was cool to follow their sound from Liberal Animation all the way to like what we know as the Fat Record era of NOFX. Yeah, it's a fun. Well, I wouldn't say now. They sound the fucking same the past 15 years, but it's a fun transition, especially in the early days. Like going through those records was a lot of fun, and it was cool. But I will say probably their worst song that they've ever done is on this record, and that's their Fleetwood Mac cover.
Oh yeah, that one is pretty bad. Yeah.
That is just like, that's woofers, dude. I cannot even believe they did that. It's so fucking bad.
Yeah.
It's awful.
He was pretty fucked up on drugs, so.
It is fucked up.
Yeah.
He's always fucked up on drugs.
For the last like 15 years or so, yeah. Been pretty fucked up. So, okay. That's your number 9 is S&M Airlines. My number 9, you ready for this one?
Mm-hmm.
The War on Aerism.
Yeah.
9th record from 2003. One of my top 10 NOFX songs is on this record. The Idiots Are Taking Over. I've always loved that song. I was surprised at how much I do think this record's awesome. It's a really, really fantastic record, but I had to put it someplace, and so it's sitting at 9. I'm probably gonna purge this one. I do have it on vinyl. I'll probably purge it. It's definitely an angrier record, both musically and vocally. I mean, the kind of strain that Mike is putting his voice through on this one, kind of like this kind of half screaming that he does on a lot of songs, was something you haven't. I mean, they hadn't done up to this point. You kind of hear it on Wolves a little bit, but yeah, he was pissed. He was pissed when he made this record because of George Bush, and
But he wasn't like pissed. Like this record's not like a political record, and that's what's goofy about it. Like there's other records they've made that are more political than this.
Yeah, I agree.
This is just like an angrier record, but like it's still not that angry.
In NOFX standards, it's angry. NOFX standards, it's certainly angry. So it's a good record, but I mean, it's more of just kind of what we've already heard. So you kind of have to put this record someplace. So I'm probably gonna purge this one. So what do you got for number 8?
Number 8, Baby Coaster. Right where it should be. Not showing off, not falling behind. Right in the middle, baby boy. It's the only acceptable place. The only acceptable place for Coaster. The 11th record. There's a lot to like here. Like Agony of Victory, fucking banger of a song. But there's more stuff on here that is like, that's just, that's like First Ditch Effort. That's like single album. That's NOFX. There's way more of that than like really, really good NOFX. And it's cute. They try and do some other things here. There's some kind of like weird timing things they try and play around with. It's not quite really like music or musician standpoint good. It's just kind of like, I see what you were thinking you were trying to do there, and that didn't really work out that well. But it's fine. This is a fine record. I don't have like a lot of bad things to say. I don't have a lot of good things to say about this one. This is just a really, really good filler NOFX record. That's what this is.
Okay. All right, my number 8 is Self-Entitled, 12th record from 2012. I have this on vinyl too. I think I have everything from here on out. I have everything on vinyl. So I'm going to keep Self-Entitled. I do really like this record. I mean, it's essentially the B-sides from Coaster. There's so many elements on this record that are just pulled from Coaster. The way he sings, the way the music, the way the songs are written, it's still very, very Coaster in the best ways. So it's still a really good record, but the B-sides of Coaster. Two bangers are Sellout or My Sycophant Others. I really like that stupid fucking bridge in Sycophant Others where Kent, the manager, talks about how great Mike is and shit like that. It's very kind of self-deprecating. A lot of the music is, but I mean, I really enjoyed Self-Entitled. It was a good follow-up to Coaster. Really dug it, but in the end, got to put it someplace, and it's essentially the B-sides from I guess maybe it's like the punkier B-sides from Coaster. That's what Self-Entitled is. So, what do you got for number 7?
Number 7. I can't believe you put Self-Entitled above War and Errors, and that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
She goes.
That's your first. That's the first crazy, stupid thing you've done tonight. So we'll see.
Buckle up, bud. Buckle up.
Tally mark or tally something over here.
What was the tally thing?
Oh, when I was over there, who's flipping the records?
You had a piece of paper tallying who was flipping the records.
Because you never wanted to flip them. I flipped every single one.
If I have somebody else there to flip them, why would I want to flip them? When I get
if I'm on vacation, why do I want to do work? You should be doing work.
Well,
fine. Next time you come out here, guess who's flipping most of the records? Take a guess.
Sloan.
Close. But it's gonna be you. Got him. My number 7. Yeah, 7. So long and thanks for all the shoes. I think this is the perfect filler NOFX record. Truly. There's good songs in there. It's deep, right? They always have the little like Eek the Meek type of song on pretty much every single one of the records. But this is great, perfect filler. There's good songs on here. They're all really good, but nothing is like top tier NOFX for me. Court and Session, absolute fucking banger, but that's not breaking top 10, not breaking 15. Monosyllabic Girl, popular, crazy good, not breaking the top. It's just a good filler record.
Okay.
I would never buy this on the vinyls though.
Never?
Nah. I thought about it when they repressed it and they look good and stuff.
Neapolitan one for the match.
Yeah.
That's the one I have. It's so nice.
But really it's just if I'm listening to NOFX, especially like my top 4, like that's just like through and through. Those are amazing. But even like my 5 and 6 now, I kind of like I'm getting more into them and liking them more. So
all right.
Nah. So long and thanks for the shoes. It's just not gonna happen. I do love every one of these songs, but I just think it's like they have better versions of every single one of those songs.
Okay. I get it. We could be wrong.
Do you? I don't think you do get it.
Well, I mean, I understand that you could be wrong, which you are. So my number 7 is the album of the week, Punk and Drublick. So what do you got for number 6?
Is that really your number 7?
I swear to God, it's my number 7.
You're so stupid.
Yeah, Punk and Drublick is my number 7. Hey, I love this record. I have it on vinyl, but I gotta put it someplace.
So stupid. Okay, let's see how dumb you are. So Coaster, that's obviously
we don't have to go through this yet. We don't have to go through this yet. But yeah, Punk and Drublick is my number 7.
How? That's so dumb. No.
Well,
so Punk and Drublick barely beat out Self-Entitled? You're crazy.
I was going, so
you're crazy.
My number 6 and 7, so Punk and Drublick in my next one, I was kind of debating on like what I want to put higher or lower. And I think I know I made the right decision putting Punk and Drublick at number 7 as your dogs are screaming, they're dying downstairs.
They're not dying.
It sounds like
they're just someone at our door, I think. Oh, it's Renee.
There you go.
I want to get a sign that says like, yes, I'm watching you no, I'm not going to answer. Because every time, like, I'll be sitting on the couch downstairs and someone will knock and I'll turn on the ring and just look at them through the ring. And they just stand there and the dogs are howling. I'm laughing. But I want to get a little sign that says, yes, I'm watching. No, I'm not going to answer.
I like that. You should.
Fucking assholes. Anyway, see, dude, you just like, that's what the dogs are pissed off at, is your stupid fucking rankings.
I've completely derailed this podcast.
That's so dumb.
It's true though. Got to put it someplace.
Dude, you wait till Shady hears about this. I'll tell you that much right now.
I'm not afraid.
He's not going to be happy. He's not going to be a happy camper.
Well, Shady, you know what? Not going to say it.
All right, number six, White Trash, 2 Heaves and a Bean. They're fourth.
That's low.
That's adequate. That's where it should be. It's fine. I just can't. How does Punk and Drublick barely beat out Self-Entitled? That's what bothers me the most. Is like it was this close. So we were this close to putting Self-Entitled better than Punk and Drublick. That's so stupid.
I wouldn't do that.
That's so stupid.
But I didn't do that. Why are you getting so mad? I did not.
Because you were this close.
But I didn't.
Minority Report. You almost did it. You thought about doing it. It probably happened. It probably crossed your brain at one point.
It crossed it. Yeah.
Anyway,
6.
White Trash, 2 Heaves and a Bean. This is really the first record that sounds like NOFX. Like, yes, Hefe's been there for a record already, but this is their sound. We get way more fun than we did on Ribbed, and this is like the first. I think this is the first true NOFX record, and we're not even in like we're still in the Epitaph era of NOFX. We're not even in like the Fat Records era of NOFX, and them blooming and being the larger than life pop punk band that they can be. But this record's good. It's really, really good. I wouldn't buy this in the finals because I don't need fucking 7 NOFX records, but it's good. Johnny Appleseed, fucking absolute banger. Love that song. So stupid. Yeah.
All right. So number 6.
I think this is friend of the pod David's favorite record.
I think so too. He's wrong, but you know.
No, you're wrong.
We can agree on that.
I'll tell you he's for sure wrong, but like you are fucking wrong. I'm putting on the list of things you are so fucking wrong about.
Fucking Drublick is number 7. All right, so my number 6 is Wolves in Wolves Clothing.
Just
their 10th record from 06. What is wrong with you on that? What's wrong with you? So yeah, Wolves in Wolves Clothing. This record, I think sonically, I think this is their best sounding production. I think this is the best sounding record they've ever put out. I think it just the dynamics of it all. It sounds amazing. It has such a great combination of the punk stuff thrown with some metal, thrown in with some of the reggae slower stuff. Like this album has everything here. Everything that you know and like about NOFX is here. I would say that their like objectively best song is also on this record, Seeing Double at the Triple Rock. I think that combines every pop punk sensibility, melody. I mean, everything is so perfect about that song. The riff itself is fucking amazing on that song. So that's my banger. So is USA Holes. Love that song too. I think Wolves and Wolves Clothing is an album that's not talked about enough because it's so late it's much later in their career. But yeah, this is a great fucking album. Wolves and Wolves Clothing. My number 6. Got on vinyls. What do you got for number 5?
Dude, you have some stupid. So I'm looking at the shit you're so wrong about. Like, you think Hollaback Girl's a dumb song.
That
you
is
think
a dumb song.
The song 555 from Jimmy Eat World is a top 10, maybe top 5 Jimmy Eat World song.
That's correct.
That's so stupid. You think Fly By Night is Rush's best cover art.
Yes,
so
that
stupid.
is correct.
And then now Punk and Drublick being NOFX's 7th best record.
So there's only 4 things on the list?
One says Psychedelic Furs, but like I don't know what that means. I think we probably forgot what it meant. Can we just put question marks next to it?
Or maybe
I don't know.
I think it might be an old note because I think we were going to do Psychedelic Furs on the podcast at one point, like years ago. So I think it just kind of bled into that section of our show notes.
Okay.
Because some of those show notes go back to 8 years ago. Sometimes we don't delete some of the shit. It just, as people have joined the show notes, they've just added little things like little Easter eggs throughout the notes. We just keep them in there. So
yeah, we don't really do much.
Yeah.
Play the ball as it lies.
So what do you got for number 5? Go.
Number 5. This one crept up. So this one should have been like probably prior to, I don't know, 3-4 years ago. This one probably would have been my number 7, and that would have bumped So Long and Thanks for All the Shoes up, and White Trash would have been number 5. But now my number 5 is War and Error. There is no room for error. for Errorism. The War on Errorism. Their 9th record. Ah, that's their 9th record?
Yeah.
Damn.
03, baby.
That's crazy. Yeah.
That's really odd.
It's kind of funny how just like how invested Fat Mike was into the life and trials and tribulations of G-Dubs back when this record came out. But it's not like this record should have been just like a scathing indictment of like the political horrors of our country, and it should have just been off the rails. But like it was just like like it's just another good NOFX record, and that's fine.
Yeah.
And nothing wrong with that. But like, why the fuck is your cover art that, right? Like,
Why
come
is it
on,
George
dude.
Bush?
Don't be a little bitch about it. And they remember he was like crying and shit when George Bush got elected. And so, man, get the fuck out of here. Come on, you're not a normal person. What are you crying for? Them crocodile tears.
Didn't they put out an EP like in 2020 with, instead of Bush's face, it was Trump's face? It's like, come on.
I think so. Yeah. Or like a
It's
single
just,
or something. Yeah, it's just
so
whatever. But this is a good record. It's not their most political. It's not like their darkest, but it's solid. It's really good.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the songs that like kind of like got me this week was Anarchy Camp. That one got me this week. And then The Irrationality of Rationality. That one like really got me this week. It's like, dude, this is a fucking good song.
That's a good title for a song too.
Wow.
Yeah,
War on Errorism.
There's no room for error.
God, it's just so like, why would you name your record that, dude? And put all that George Bush makeup on, and then this is just like a lukewarm.
Yeah,
like, get the fuck out of here, pussy.
I agree. Agreed. And especially only attacking like one side. You know what I mean? It's just, that's another thing too. Like, if you're gonna attack, the political system, attack all of it. It's all bad. It's all corrupt. Yeah, one's worse than the other. Okay, I get it, but it's just like, dude, just don't be so one-sided. What's the winning Christian quote? Don't be one. What does Owen Wilson say? Don't be so one-sided.
When with the Count Chocula thing?
Fuck. Where does he say that? Never mind. I don't know. I don't want to go down a Wedding Crashers rabbit hole.
You could.
Because I know we could. So my number 5 is So Long and Thanks for All the Shoes. 7th record from 97. This is just really, really fucking solid. NOFX, 90s NOFX. It has just it has the speed. It has the technical parts of it all. It has just the tightness of it all. Like they were probably at their tightest on So Long and Thanks for All the Shoes. As a band. I don't think it. I mean, there's some great fucking songs on here, but I think as a unit, as a band, this is the best sounding record of the '90s. Murder the Government is a top tier NOFX song. Fucking love that song. But yeah, So Long and Thanks for All the Shoes. I mean, a lot of what I want to talk about in Punk and Jublic, so I don't want to go too deep into '90s NOFX. So I'll just leave it at that. Number 5 is So Long and Thanks for All the Shoes. So what do you got for number 4?
Number 4. So you got what you got left? You probably got Pump Up the Volume at 4. You probably got White Trash at 3, Coaster at 2, and Heavy Petting Zoo at 1. Okay, I got y'all figured out.
You think
y'all figured out? So my number 4 is Heavy Petting Zoo. That cover is something. So I still don't display it if I'm listening to it. I lay it flat. It's too aggressive.
I know. I can't display that
too
cover.
much. And like, I don't know, again, like we always talk about this when we talk about this record, but it has to be talked about because it's so fucking gross and it's so aggressive. I don't know which one's worse.
Yeah,
which one's worse though?
I would say the Eating Lamb one, the vinyl version, where
because you see his butt.
Well, and he's 69 a sheep, and then I don't know, he's 69 in the sheep. So what's better, he's 69 or he's jacking off the sheep?
Yeah, this is one of those conversations where like we can debate which one is better, but like everyone's gonna lose, type of thing. It's just not. Yeah. So anyway, this record's damn good. I had this on the vinyls. Like I'm not getting rid of this one because it's. I mean, yeah, you talked about 90s NOFX. We are full into like prime NOFX. We are full into just the best era of NOFX, like hands down, and they're pretty tight all throughout like the 90s. They are pretty tight. And that's kind of like, take that for what it's worth because they're not doing anything crazy. They're just doing, again, the same thing over and over and over. It's just Fat Mike just happens to keep writing really, really, really catchy songs. So like they're tight, yeah, but it's because they've done it 45 times already. But yeah, Bleeding Heart Disease, that's probably like my favorite one right now.
It's a great song.
I don't know. That one hit me pretty good this week. That was good.
All right.
That's good.
So my number 4 is Pump Up the Volume, 8th record from 2000. You can kind of argue this is like their most pop punk record, especially from the 90s. It's so fucking catchy. Everything about it, the music, the vocals, the melodies, everything is just beyond fucking catchy. Bottles to the Ground could be one of the catchiest songs they've ever written. It just, there's something about that chorus that everybody knows, everybody sings along to, everybody likes to sing along to it. But yeah, I mean, this is one of the shifts in the band's career too, because it was the Hefe shift, and then it was this shift into the pop punk, into erism, and Wolves in Wolves Clothing, which both are like, there's a lot more pop punk elements in those than everything prior to Pump Up the Volume. So this is like a transition record, but this is like almost all pop punk, and it's a fantastic record. So Pump Up the Volume is my number 4. So what do you got for number 3?
Number 3, Wolves in Wolves Clothing, their 10th one. This one's more political than Erism. This one's darker than Erism. Mm-hmm. This is pretty dark stuff from like what they've always done, and it's in the front. Like they don't try and church it up. Like some of the stuff they talk, obviously like Doornails is dark, but like everything else is pretty aggressive in what they talk about. And this is I think this is really, really pop punk. Like they have a lot of insanely catchy, like Beatles-esque pop songs that are just like, dude, those are pop songs. They just happen to have crunchy guitars underneath them to make them a little bit more punky. But dude, there's some extremely pop punk stuff on this record, and it's so fucking catchy, and it's deep. This is a long record. It's 45 minutes long, and from the beginning track,
longest record, right?
I think this is their longest record. And the beginning track and the ending track is the same fucking song, and it's amazing. And they have banger after banger after banger. This isn't my favorite. I don't think it's like objectively their best, but I think I probably like more songs on this than any other record. Yeah,
like you would say that. You mean songs that you would playlist or something like that, or you would list as like a top
every
20
fucking
top
song. 30. Yeah, like even the title track, Wolves and Wolves, like Cool and Unusual Pun. Like everything's so good. Even Doornails, I can tolerate Doornails, even though it's so fucking cheesy and it's stupid, but it's short, and they just name drop a bunch of people like, oh yeah, he died. Oh yeah, he died. So like, I guess it's kind of fun to follow along that way. Yeah. But even like Benny Got Blowed Up, like that's fucking a killer song.
Great song.
The Man I Killed, that's a killer song. Even like, dude, every song on here is amazing. Like, I mean, truly amazing.
Would you also agree with me that Seeing Double at the Triple Rock is objectively probably their best song? Coming from every angle, the riff, the song itself, the melodies, the harms, everything is just, it's perfect.
I think if I had to pick like an objective, like what song represents NOFX like the most, it's going to be off of Punk and Drublic, and we'll talk about that later. But yeah, I would put Seeing Double Triple Rock like top 3, because that represents like their more aggressive kind of like hardcore side that they tried to do in their first couple records, but just couldn't fucking do it. Because I mean, that song is essentially like should be on their first couple records.
It should,
but that song is way too good to be on that shit.
That riff, have you ever tried playing that riff too? It's weirdly complicated. Like it doesn't sound that complicated when you hear it, but when you actually try to play it, it's kind of wonky. The timing of it is kind of weird. It's an odd riff.
One thing about NOFX that you like, I give them credit for, because they're not like, besides El Jefe, like Fat Mike, this is a good like songwriter and good bass player. Melvin's like whatever. They play fast, and they know how to play fast, and they can do it really, really well.
Yeah, that's true.
But again, they've been doing it for so fucking long, and they did the same song over and over and over. Whatever. Wolves, number 3.
My number 3 is White Trash, Two Hebes and a Bean. 4th record from 92. Transition record, like I mentioned before. Hefe really steps up and just adds different elements to the band. I mean, there's classic rock elements on here. There's blues stuff here. There's obviously the punk stuff. There's some reggae stuff. I mean, Hefe has some lead vocals on this one too. So I mean, this is just them dabbling in every little thing, and it's a ton of fun. Like, it just sounds like these guys are still having fun, and they haven't over politicized things yet. they haven't really started taking themselves too seriously yet. Like it just sounds like guys like 25-year-old guys just having a blast in the studio fucking around. That's what White Trash is. Love this record. Sticking in My Eyes, the banger.
Sticking in my eye.
Yeah, beyond banger. So
that one still hits like just as hard too when they played it.
It never gets old. It never ever gets old. Yeah, so that was good. So White Trash, my number 3. What do you got for number 2?
Album of the week, Punk and Drublick.
Punk and Drublick. All right, my number 2 is Coaster. Coaster, baby, 11th record.
I called you top 4. I know
it's because you already knew Heavy Pettington's my favorite record. So Coaster, yeah, is my number 2, second favorite record from 2009. This one is a departure record too, something, or a transition record, I should say, going more into like kind of the spoken word stuff that he really started to do on this, and he really just would not stop doing after Coaster as well. But outside of what's it called?
This whole record.
What's the one
top
song?
2 NOFX. That's absolutely bonkers.
Tegan and Sarah, the Tegan and Sarah song. I mean, that song is like the cheesiest fucking song. One of the cheesiest songs I've ever done. But he really does that spoken word thing, telling a story. But I mean,
maybe was it Sarah?
Yeah,
possibly Tegan.
But it's still a lot of fun to sing. I mean, you're singing right now.
That's your Franco and American song, right? That's just like
it is.
It's goofy and jokey, but it's also kind of bad. Like they could have done a little bit better.
Yeah, possibly. So,
dude, Coaster, come on!
Suits and Ladders, and We Called It America, the 2 best songs on the record. I love Melvin and Fat Mike's back and forth vocals on Suits and Ladders. The back and forth, that's the best back and forth they've ever done in their entire career, is on that one song. And Melvin actually adds a lot of cool elements vocally to this record, more so than he's done on most of the records, I feel. Of course, FA kills it. Everybody kills it, but there's a lot of range on this record too. There's a lot of metal stuff. There's a lot of punk stuff, spoken word stuff, reggae stuff, acoustic stuff. I mean, this record's all over the place, and it's also one of those records to me where every song has their own identity. No song bleeds into the other. Like the album of the week, there are certainly songs that bleed into the next that are like, okay, I get it. This is NOFX, a punk NOFX song. But with Coaster, there's none of that here. I love this record. Also, when this record came out,
you're gonna get it.
This record just came out at a right time for me. You know, we were 22 years old. We were just the nostalgia hits extremely hard with Coaster 2. Being in our early 20s, it hits extremely hard. So I do love this record. It's so fucking good. Got it on vinyl. Got an OG of this on. Actually, this is the only OG NOFX record I have. Is Coaster. Yeah.
That's definitely something to be proud of. I'd be proud of that if I was you.
I paid a lot for it too. Because at the time it was the only time it was pressed. It was the only time it was ever been pressed was the OG. So I paid like.
But don't feel bad. Like no matter what, you paid a lot of money for an OG. But no matter what, it will always be an original.
Mm-hmm.
They can press it a billion times, but you will always have an original.
OG. And it has an alternate cover of Melvin on the front throwing a LP as a frisbee on it, and it's called Frisbee. It's not called Coaster. So another one of those cool things where they change kind of everything for the vinyl release. So yeah, there you go. My number 2, Coaster or Frisbee. So what do you got for number 1?
Number 1, Pump the Volume.
That's
the record, the year 2000. This is, I mean, I get this is not, if we're doing like an objective thing, this is not their best in any way, shape, or form. This is my favorite. I love this record through and through. This is what got me into them. So we'll do an origin story a little bit later, but it's perfect NOFX. It shows like the best parts of all NOFX. It's goofy, dude, crazy catchy hooks over punk guitars. There's wit here. There's self-awareness. Everything about this is absolutely perfect. There's some jokey songs that poke fun at like the scene itself. But then, like, you know, they even open up the record with a joke song that's supposed to be like a joke on linoleum. But it's cute. This is a cute record. Yeah. Everything about it's very cute. And it's very, very 2000, right? Because a song like My Vagina. And it's just like, dude, that's, as a kid, like, I thought that was so funny. I still laugh. I still giggle now.
Yeah,
but
you have to.
Like, that's something that you grow out of. That's something you stop doing because it's not currently funny anymore. But, like, they still do that kind of shit. They still think that is funny, but at least with My Vagina, it's out there. It's so it's so aggressive in your face that it's still kind of funny. Like now they just talk about other things. It's like, oh, come on, man, you too old for that shit. But yeah, dude, Bottles to the Ground. Like, good lord, that's so fucking catchy. That's ridiculously catchy. My favorite song is Louise. She had a walk with a sailor gone, sticking in her hand. And then Smelly comes in. But this record sounds like absolute garbage, though. It sounds like shit. Like they had Ryan Green here, and he was, like he knows how to produce records. But this is their last on Epitaph. I don't know what it is. This record sounds like absolute garbage. It sounded better on yours with the woofer going on. But damn, dude, this does not sound like a good record. But it's good. It's cool. I
don't feel like the digital versions sound flat or anything like that. It must just be the vinyl because, I didn't hear anything bad about the production or anything or the sound on Spotify or anything.
That's interesting because maybe that's interesting. I find that interesting. Maybe it is just my vinyl because I didn't listen to this on Spotify. I just spun this.
Okay. Yeah, because I listened to everything on Spotify and then I went back and listened to like 6 of the records on vinyl. Because why not?
Dude, this record's so good though. You're crazy. And like
the
closure theme from a NOFX album, like
I know you love it.
That's how you close a NOFX show. But then like until their last show, and I was like, oh dude, that's how you close a NOFX show. Like I always thought like theme from NOFX album is the perfect way to close it just because it builds to mayhem and like let's get Fletcher out there to cause and wreak havoc. And like I thought like theme from a NOFX album, that's how you should close all NOFX shows until their last show. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, oh my God, I was blown away by that closure. That was cool.
It was a great closer, yeah.
We'll talk about that later.
So my number one, my favorite NOFX record is Heavy Petting Zoo, 6th record from 96. All the songs are here. Like every song is so fucking good. What some people hate about this record is the production. Even the band have said like the guitar tones they got, everything about the production they didn't like about it, but they praise the song. And I get it.
What the fuck do they know? They didn't know shit.
But I like that. I like how nothing sounds like this record. Not even just NOFX, but any band in the 90s, what album sounds like Heavy Petting Zoo? I can't even explain the type, how it is, but it's very low end, but also very sharp and punchy. It's a really, really weird sounding record, but it has the best of everything they do. It has the fast stuff. Some of the heaviest music they've ever put out is on this record. It has the reggae stuff, not really ska stuff, more reggae stuff. It's all over the place. It's very varied. Every song has its own identity, front to back. I really, really love this record. My favorite song on this one is Release the Hostages. That's my favorite NOFX song, hands down. That's my favorite song. Yeah. Release the Hostages. And at the very end, they throw shit. You hear like Melvin or somebody throwing shit in the studio, like breaking glass and shit. Fuck! And then you hear everything break. Great song. So Release the Hostages, Heavy Petting Zoo is my number one. We did Heavy Petting Zoo on the podcast like 3 years ago. So this is the first NOFX record we've done in 3 years. So if you want to go back and listen to it, it's still available. Go check it out. That was a really fun episode. I remember doing that one.
Did we rank the stuffs last time?
We did. Oh, I didn't go back and look at my rankings.
I gotta look right now.
You might not have kept your ranks because remember you used to delete them?
Yeah, but I started going back and listening to the episodes to re-get my rankings.
To re-get your rankings?
I do.
Oh, no.
Crazy. Look at these.
Now
these are crazy.
I kind of see mine.
So, Drublick, Wolves, Shoes. Okay, wow. Yeah, I really did not like Aerism last time. So yeah, like what I said this week, mine was Pump the Volume, Drublick, Wolves, Thanks for All the Shoes, Petting Zoo, and then White Trash, Coaster, First Ditch, Aerism. So anything worse than that was the single album. Dang, so we did it like right when single album must have came out, huh?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, based off of mine, I have 14. Must have just
like for me, the biggest change was Aerism. Aerism moved up dramatically. Everything else pretty much is in somewhat 1 or 2 spots.
Yeah. So for me, So Long dropped. Couple Punk and Drublick dropped 3. Volume stayed the same. Ribbed went from 7 to like 11. S&M dropped to like 12. Warren Aerism dropped a couple. Wolves went up significantly. Self-Entitled went up a bit. And then Liberal, Animation, and Single Album pretty much stayed the same.
My least favorite last time we did this was Self-Entitled.
You're the worst.
That record's fucking so boring. That's funny.
Oh shit. Good stuff. So yeah, go listen to that if you want to go listen to it. So do we have anything else on the
Bless
rankings?
you. Thank you. You're welcome. You know, if you don't say God bless you to somebody, that's like when you sneeze, that's your soul like trying to escape your body. And when someone says God bless you, it's you cramming it back in. So when no one says God bless you to me, like it's just like my soul's trying to escape myself. So that's cool.
And yet you never say it to anybody else, but that's fine.
That's from The Simpsons, actually.
Okay. Well, anyway, so yeah, thank you all for listening. Go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, give us 5 stars, tell your friends, share all the posts. Thank you all for listening, and that's it. That's all. You got a great white. Eric Movin'.